back to episode 69, nice episode of the Purple Rain podcast, the Willie Henry episode. Now, we can forget about him. We can forget about Willie Henry. But welcome back. Hope everybody's doing great on this Thursday Eve. Shout out to K-Dog. How are you doing, Sutton?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. First week of school is officially done for me. Can't complain. Went by pretty well. So.
Oh, you know what I meant to ask you earlier before we went live? I'm definitely trying to go up to your school and hang out with you and everyone else whenever you're free. So if we can make that happen,
I'll drop you the football schedule for sure.
Yeah, let's do that for sure. Let's do that. But yeah, you heard it here first on PRP. But big shout out to you guys here watching episode 69 of the Purple Rain podcast. A couple housekeeping things before we get into the guys in the chat. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram. This guy over here, Simply AS10, you can find him on Twitter at Simply AS10prod or on Instagram at Simply AS10.prod. You can find me on Twitter or Instagram at Sutton Def. Also, you can follow us, the Purple Rain podcast, on Instagram at the Purple Rain podcast, exactly how it is spelled. Yeah, if you want, you can scan that QR code above my head. That'll take you there as well. But yeah, we've got a lot to talk about tonight, guys. Before we get into anything else, let's go ahead and pull up the live chat. Let's see. K-Dog is in the building. Yeah.
Per usual.
Dream Thursday. You feeling? Yeah, I like it. Jay Montana in the house. Rain Gang Squad. What's up, man? How you feeling tonight? Appreciate you for coming through. We got Jessica Bass in the house. Big shout out to Jessica. Thank you for coming through the stream tonight. Hodog 69, my favorite number. What's up, Hodog? How you doing, man? Austin Mingo, Darius the official is in the house. Thank you for coming through. Musty Lopez, what's up? Alex and Sutton, what's up, Lopez? How you doing, man? Daquan Jones, Daquan Christian, what's up? Tanja Bowman, what's going on? K-Dog, everybody is in the house tonight. Man, we appreciate all of you guys for joining this episode of the Purple Rain podcast. Yeah, if you don't know, you can listen to the Purple Rain podcast on Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, or on Google Podcasts as well. So if you like to get your podcast there, you can do so. And if you're watching the replay and you're part of the hashtag replay gang, big shout out to you. Let us know. Put it down in the comment section below. You guys already know the deal. Yeah. Rain Gang valid. Yes, sir. We'd love to see it. Tony Hendo, what's up? Ron TV says, what's your major, Alex?
Ask me that at the questions. Then I'll tell you.
He said, save it. Okay. Yeah, stick around. But yeah, lots to talk about. Obviously, the 53-man roster has been made official as of the other day. 4 p.m. The cuts. Yeah, the worst part, man. Real quick, Daquan Jones says, like the video. Make sure you guys go ahead and like that video. Listen to Daquan. That's a W. Huge W from him. But yeah, the 53-man roster is now been made official. So that's what we're going to go ahead and get into first tonight, guys. Our reaction to everything that went down, all the cuts and everything like that, and just talking about the final 53. So real quick, before we go through the list, Alex, were you very stressed out on cut day? Like, what surprised you the most?
I'd say the Pernell McPhee cut. That one kind of got me, but then 5 minutes later, we're just gonna re-sign him once he, can come back the next day. I'm like, okay, nothing surprised me, nothing like a Cam Newton cut. Nothing was that surprising, to be honest, for the Ravens. Unless you have anything, but I think it was kind of some of the cuts were expected, so I really can't be too surprised.
For me, it really hurt seeing Nigel Warrior go. That definitely hurt.
I was gonna talk about that. Yeah, I was gonna talk
for
about
sure.
That.
But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the 53-man roster and our reaction to it, pulling it up here on screen. You guys can see, shout out to ravenswire.com for this graphic or for this article here, just kind of listing them, and Kevin Ostreicher. He's very good on Twitter. You guys make sure you guys follow him on Twitter. He's pretty cool. But see, you guys can see Lamar Jackson, of course, QB1. We've got Tyler Huntley. Self-explanatory. QB2, Gus Edwards is now RB1. Yes, all aboard the Gus bus. We talked about this on last episode of the Purple Rain podcast, episode 68, featuring Engraven. If you haven't checked out that episode, make sure you go back, check that out after this. But Gus Edwards, RB1 now, so that is huge. That is crazy to see that. Of course, Dobbins isn't there anymore, but Gus Edwards, RB1. RB2, Tyson Williams. This is even crazier to see. Who knew? You could not have told me 2 months ago that going into this season, Tyson Williams would be RB2. I didn't even know who Tyson Williams was up until just a couple weeks ago.
0 regular season snaps. His whole career. Never played in a game.
So that's RB2. moving on from that, RB3 Justice Hill is still sticking around, man. We
Like
know
a
his
sore thumb.
contributions on special teams, is probably what's keeping him on the roster. But maybe we will see him more in a actual running back role this season with the absence of J.K. Dobbins. So we'll see. Moving on from that, Patrick Ricard at fullback. All right. And then we've got Hollywood Brown at receiver, Rashad Bateman, Sammy Watkins, Devin Duvernay, Tylan Wallace, James Prochet, Miles Boykin, who we won't have until week 4, him along with Rashad Bateman. And yeah, those are the wide receivers. Let's just talk about the wide receiver core really quick. Yeah, like, how do you feel about this group of guys, man?
I'm loving it. I think it goes to show, James Prochet making it, that catch I think he had kind of saved him. I'll be honest, that actually saved him making the team. Because, you can hear about somebody being good in camp all you want, but until you see the production, we saw it in that game against Washington. The way he just mossed that corner, and then even with just making catches, getting open, that's what I like to see. Now, Boykin, I'm not going to lie. I'm surprised he made the team because he didn't play at all, but that goes to show you how highly the coaches rate him. And we can't argue with that. They must see something that we don't, but take it.
For me, I just think that this receiving core is a better group than we've had in a long time. Looking down the list, there's so many talented guys. There's so many guys with a lot of potential. Like Tylan Wallace, huge potential from Tylan Wallace. And I was really big on him even before the draft. I wanted us to get him, and we ended up getting him. So I have huge expectations for him. Of course, we didn't even really get to see what Devin Duvernay or James Prochet could do last year in their rookie seasons because of COVID year and everything like that. Nobody really had time to really prepare, especially for offensive scheming and stuff like that. And we saw that our growing pains in the passing game last season. But this year, I think that they'll definitely take a step forward, especially with our new receivers coaches and everything like that. Just more time building chemistry with Lamar Jackson and the rest of the team. I think we'll see an emergence from them. Sammy Watkins is probably, and I'm going to get into Sammy Watkins a little bit more later, but he's probably one of the more important pieces on our receiving core as well. You agree?
And nobody talks about him the way we like it.
No one's talking about him. No one's really talking about him. But because those are the receivers, guys.
If he was still with another team, he'd be a weapon. Remember that.
Simply spitting facts. He's spitting facts, bro. Spitting facts. Let's see. Mark Andrews at tight end, followed by Nick Boyle, who won't be ready for week 1, but we'll monitor his health and we'll continue to do that. Josh Oliver, tight end 3. Yeah. So how do you feel about the tight end group?
I'm feeling good, and then we'll get to the Eric Tomlinson signing too. But I think it goes to show the fact that Nick Boyle was actually on the PUP, he's close to coming back. We could have dropped him on the IR, but I'm very happy to see that he'll be back. I think he'll be inactive probably the first 2 weeks. He'll probably be back by the 3rd game, which will be perfect for us. But the 3 tight ends again, the 3 tight end sets, I think I'm ready for it.
I'm ready for it too. I'm ready for us to utilize that, like Mark Andrews, Nick Boyle, and Josh Oliver is really, really impressed me in the preseason. I know he had that one fumble, right?
Yeah, but he stayed healthy.
Yeah, that
was his biggest
knock. Stay healthy. Yeah. So we'll continue to see what they do, but the 3 tight end sets, if they could bring that back in some sort of facet this season, I'd be very happy. So let's go ahead and move along here. Looking at the offensive line, Ronnie Stanley, of course, at left tackle. Ben Powers at left guard, pending against, of course, Ben Cleveland. Sorry, guys, trying to clear my throat here. Bradley Bozeman. We've got Kevin Zeitler, who we just picked up in this offseason. We've also got Alejandro Villanueva, somebody we also just picked up this offseason. Ben Cleveland, and Tyree Phillips, Patrick McCarry, and Tristan Colon Castillo. So
love to see it.
Looking at this offensive line group, you love to see it, man. What do you like about it?
I like the fact that Tyree Phillips isn't a starter, but he impressed me throughout the preseason, the fact where he's going to get time, whether it be an extra lineman or whether it be he comes and takes over for somebody who's underperforming. That's what I like to see. And it looks like we have our starting 5 linemen. Stanley, looking like Powers, Bozeman, Zeitler, Villanueva. I'm liking that. And also TCC. He can play center. He can play guard, I believe, too. Can't play tackle. Let's not put him out there. But we could always, move Bozeman to left guard and put TCC at center if that doesn't work out. So the depth is huge.
The depth is huge. That's what you love to see, especially in going into a 17-game season, which is the longest NFL season ever. Mm-hmm. You'd love to have depth on that offensive line. Having depth in anywhere, of course, is really good. But the trenches, we know every game is won or lost in the trenches. You need that on the O-line, especially going into those later games when it gets colder outside. It's gonna prove to be important. We'll come back to that later on in the season. But moving on here to the defensive group. Starting off with the defensive line, we've got our guy CC, whose birthday it just was the other day. So happy belated birthday to Calais Campbell. Moving on, we have Derek Wolfe, another animal on our defensive line. Brandon Williams, another beast. Our defensive line is one of our strong suits on this team, man. I just love Justin Madubuike. I think this is the year that Madubuike becomes a monster.
So what is he right now? Is he like not a freshman, but he's close to becoming that monster? Where's he at? He's like a step below.
He's like the freshman who's playing varsity.
Okay,
that's what he is.
I like that.
Yeah. So Justin Madubuike, I think he'll definitely take that big step forward this season. Moving on from him, Broderick Washington, another one who's actually impressed a lot. Yeah, in the preseason, he looks more in shape. He looks like he's actually, I've heard people talk about him playing with like better pad level and things like that, and notes and things. And I was watching him a little bit in the preseason. He looks huge and he looks very, very strong. He looks very NFL ready as well. So definitely be looking to see what he does this season as well and how we utilize him.
And I'll be honest, I think the best thing that happened to him was getting that legal trouble, because I think he probably had to talk with a couple of the higher ups, like, listen, like, this is your last chance.
Yeah.
So the fact
I was thinking that too.
Yeah, it's crazy the fact that, I was kind of calling for his head. I'm like, you can't be doing the Ravens like this. You're not just getting yourself in trouble, but kind of who you represent too. So that wasn't the best look for him, but the fact he turned it around and made the team and looked amazing this preseason speaks volumes about him, and I think he's gonna have a great year too. Not to the level I think Madubuike will have, but the fact that he can be like a Jihad Ward type. He can come in and he can just make plays. That's all we're asking.
Yeah, agreed. Moving on from him, we got our guy Justin Houston, which is somebody who we signed him, and I think we just forgot about him like a week later. But this is huge. Having Justin Houston on this roster could be like the make or break, or the cross the threshold for us, and being that Super Bowl contending team. Having a guy like this on our roster, just the big play, the 3rd and 7 when Mahomes drops back, or the 4th and 7.
Boy.
You know what I mean? When can Justin Houston close that play? Hey, I'm just saying he's the veteran, or maybe he can maybe instill some skills and some wisdom into some of our younger guys, aka Odafe Owe, Dalen Hayes, guys like that, and maybe they can make that last play. But just having Justin Houston on the roster is just huge, and it's just people don't talk about it enough. But we'll see soon enough what he does. Yeah, love to see it. Moving on from him though, we've got Tyus Bowser. Odafe Owe, of course. Dalen Hayes. We've got Jalen Ferguson.
Real quick?
Sure,
real quick. Did you watch his press conference today?
I did not catch it. Okay.
Can we just sign this man to a lifetime contract? Give him a contract, put his whole career. Because he's like, he just, he was talking about how he grew up liking the Ravens, and the fact he's playing for us, and the fact that, these were the hardest 6 weeks of his life, but he got through it because he wants to play for us. And the fact him and Odafe Owe were just keeping each other up. If Odafe would have a bad day, Dalen will push him up. Dalen had a bad day, Odafe will push him up. The fact that those two, if we keep them both, but more so Dalen Hayes, just because he was, been a Ravens fan, he knows what it means, to wear that black and purple, which I think every kid dreams about. So I love that about him.
Yeah. Definitely a great draft pick, man. That's how it goes to show how good our front office is when it comes to draft time, man. Especially when it comes to defensive players. We always pick the perfect fits. I won't say always, but most of the times we get some really, really good fits on defense. So we'll see what Dalen Hayes does this offseason this regular season as well. Followed by Jalen Ferguson, another guy who's definitely showed improvement so far, and we'll see what he takes into the regular season. Our guy Patrick Queen. Yes. Mr. Queen here, man, we definitely expect him to take a big leap from year 1 to year 2. We saw crazy flashes of how good Patrick Queen can be last year. I mean, he had forced fumbles, he had a touchdown, he had interceptions. I mean, he was really, really good in his rookie season. Of course, strip fumbles. Of course, he had some lapses in the passing game, things like that. But he was really, really good, for the most part. And we'll see what he does this season. He said that, to us, he literally said to us on the Purple Rain podcast that this year he feels like he's got his win back, and he feels like he's more in shape. So we'll see what chaos he brings to the field this year. Moving on from him, we've got our guy Malik Harrison, another one that not a whole lot of people are talking about, but like he's a sleeper. He's a sleeper, man, and he is a hard hitter. And those physical games, Steelers, Titans, if we play him in the playoffs, all those games, man, he's gonna show up.
And no one talks about how he'll just blow up a lineman. You don't talk about that, but the fact it just leaves that gap open for somebody to come through and clean it up. Him taking away a blocker leaves just it's just the stuff you don't talk about, and that's what Malik does. He's that guy who just plays dirty, won't show up on the stat sheet, or if he does, it's very minimal, but his presence is made, and I love that about him.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see what you guys, take a little break here, see what you guys are saying in the chat. Keeping It Real agrees, says Justin Houston will definitely make a big impact on the pass rush. Yeah, for sure.
Even when he's not on the field. I know Dalen Hayes was talking about how him and Pernod McPhee, Houston that is, have been just teaching them things.
Right.
Come on now.
Absolutely. Let's see. Tyus Bowser, Blue Toe Jam says Tyus Bowser is crazy at dropping back, but not the best rusher. Yeah, but see, we need guys who can drop back into coverage, because I mean, we've got two young guys, Odafe Owe and Dalen Hayes, where we can't, just immediately ask them to just be able to drop back into coverage when that's not what they're really used to doing. Dalen Hayes is a little bit more versatile, I know, than Odafe Owe. I've seen Dalen Hayes drop back into coverage back in his college tape and actually make some plays. So we'll see what he does there. But Tyus Bowser definitely is one of our better outside linebackers when it comes to dropping back in coverage. So yeah, absolutely right there, Blue Toe Jam. Let's see what else we have for you guys. K-Dog says Patrick Queen was a beast in the preseason. Yeah, definitely
only
made some plays, man. Only the beginning. And it wasn't even for me. It wasn't even like how hard he was hitting guys or anything like that. It was just the instincts for me.
Yes, they're reading the plays. And that's what he said he was going to improve on. And surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
Reading out screens. Come on.
Yep. Let's see. Our guy Mod Rush is in the building. Big shout out to Mod Rush. We appreciate you for joining the stream, bro. He says Harrison took on a lineman and took Henry down at the same time. Underrated.
As a rookie.
As a rook. Moment of
Nobody
silence.
want to talk about that, though.
Yeah, no one wants to talk about that, but Malik Harrison definitely will turn some heads this season, I feel like. Thanks for coming through tonight, Rush. Make sure you guys like the video. This is episode 69 of the Purple Rain podcast. And if you are new to the channel and you're enjoying the content, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. But moving on here, we're going to go ahead and get into Chris Board. Chris Board, inside linebacker, 53-man roster. He made it. Christian Welch as well. Got some good depth there. Marlon Humphrey. Let's talk about these DBs. Marlon Humphrey. Yeah. Marcus Peters. We've got Jimmy Smith, who will not be ready for week 1. But, we'll see if he can, get healthy at some point. And maybe, I don't know. How are you feeling about Jimmy Smith right now at this point, man?
I'd rather have him healthy for the end of the season than the beginning. I mean, we saw what he did when we put him on A.J. Brown in the playoff game. He shut him down. Diggs, I mean, he had that touchdown against us and a couple of catches, but it wasn't Marlowe, it wasn't Peters, and it wasn't Jimmy Smith. Tremont Williams on him sometimes. I mean, like I said, when he is healthy, he is just all around one of the best. He can play safety. He can play outside, play physical. That's what I love about Jimmy. So, let's not rush him back because we are a significantly better secondary when he is healthy.
Right. Absolutely. We got Anthony Averitt, another cornerback here for us. Tavon Young, another guy who, we hope he can stay healthy this season because he'll be huge for our secondary for sure. Chris Westry, making the 53-man roster. We love to see this. I like just the build of this guy. This tall guy, 6'4". DB, 6'4", looks like he can come down, win some jump balls, some 50-50. Don't throw up any 50-50 balls on Chris Westry.
No.
Because he might come down with it.
Put him back there in a man up 3 deep on the Hail Mary situation.
Why not?
Blot it away.
Exactly. Why not? This is a piece. This is a tool right here. Like Chris Westry, definitely love having him or seeing him make the 53-man roster. Our guy, the Joker, Deshaun Elliott. Yeah, man. I think this is one of the years that Deshaun Elliott is definitely going to be able to make more plays, man. He was able to stay healthy all last season, which I loved. But I feel like this season he's going to take it to the next level, man. I feel like his instincts are going to be just that much more prevalent. And I feel like he's going to get to the ball. He's going to break to the ball a lot better. And then, you know what Deshaun Elliott just specializes in the most, those hits, those hard hits, man. You saw what he did to Derrick Henry. Yeah.
Here's the sad thing, though. I think he's going to play himself out of a price range here, unfortunately.
Ooh, okay.
Can't you see that? I mean, that if he stays healthy this year, I mean, the prices that these safeties are costing now, if Harrison Smith at 31 is getting 16 mil a year.
Yeah.
Imagine what Deshaun will probably went around 12, 13, 14. It's going to be some tough decisions coming up for DaCosta and company.
Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right about that. We also got Chuck Clark, Brandon Stevens as well. Geno Stone is on the roster. So we got some pretty good depth at safety. We really haven't seen too many of these guys play yet, but let's see. Rb3 Washington made the team as well.
I'm so happy
you love to see. Yeah, you love to see that. Justin Tucker, of course. Justin Tucker, going to this year, what are your hopes for Justin Tucker? Because it seemed like sometimes in like big games, big moments when we
can talk about
really
this.
needed him. Let's talk about it, man.
Yep.
Because like it seemed like when we really needed him the most, he just didn't pull through for us. Regular season, we're fine.
And you're not talking about just the Bills game, and he missed one against the Titans.
Yeah.
Then he made it up because the defense shut him down. But I want to see him just still be consistent, but I also want John Harbaugh to let him go for the record, because that man can hit a 70-yard field goal. I know he can. Let's just give him the opportunity now. But you are right about the big moments. I just don't want to see a decline like we saw with some kickers. They'll be very, very good and just be very trash. But let's just hope, we don't have to worry about field goals. Let's just worry about kicking the extra points.
We're still spoiled with Justin Tucker. We sound like spoiled brats right now because Justin Tucker is still one of the best kickers in the league. This is definitely a first world problem for Ravens fans for sure.
Oh, the Falcons social media team, Young Ho Koo can't even lace up Justin Tucker's cleats. Let me just get that out of the way too, because they're saying he's the best kicker in the league. Come on now, 28.
Tucker's been doing this, man. Come on. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Hopefully Justin Tucker, he can have one of those seasons where he's just at the top. He's not missing in big situations because we need him. We need him. But all right, moving on from that, we've got Sam Cook, of course, at punter. And Nick Moore is the new long snapper now. We don't have Morgan Cox anymore, so we broke up the Wolf Pack, unfortunately.
I still hate that. I hate that.
I know, man. It sucks. But that wraps it up, man. That is the 53-man roster. Now, solid. I do know, it's definitely very solid. Definitely very solid. Of course, we got Pernell McPhee back, re-signed him. And who else was it again? Tomlinson? Right.
Yeah, Eric Tomlinson on the 53-man roster with Boykin and Bateman going on IR.
Yep. Boykin and Bateman on IR, that definitely does suck. We're not going to have them back until week 4 at the Broncos. But, definitely need them to get healthy for sure, especially Rashad Bateman, him being a rookie. We don't want him. We need to get him going. We need to get him some game reps to get him kind of used to game speed in the NFL, used to playing in the Ravens offense with Lamar. So that way later in the season, we can actually utilize him as a real weapon. But yeah. So next, we're gonna break down this 53-man roster just a little bit more in the way or in the shape or form of the title of the video, actually. So
there we go.
Who are some of the more important players on this 53-man roster that are going to prove to be a vital piece in winning a Super Bowl or making a Super Bowl run for the Ravens? So we're definitely going to have to exclude our guy Lamar Jackson here because that's obvious. That's the obvious, man. So 3 most crucial players for the Ravens' success this season, excluding Lamar Jackson. We're going to just go through with our 3 here, and then we're going to explain why we think those players are going to be more crucial than others. But now, just a real quick disclaimer, guys. We know football is a team sport, and everybody has to work together. But just for not only for content's sake, but just to kind of like talk about some of our more, because I know Alex probably has some slept on players or underrated players that we definitely are going to need to step up this season. We just want to kind of shine a light on those guys and let you guys know that, hey, This guy is going to be very, very important. It's going to be a very
And
piece
also,
to the
who
whole.
the mainstream media won't tell you to. Like your
Right.
NFL Network, ESPN. Just two
Exactly.
Ravens fans, just talking about it.
All it is. That's all it is. So, I guess I'll go first.
Do you want to give your three? Then I give my three, and we can talk about it.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. So
Okay.
I'll give my three first. So my first one is going to be, and this one may be a little bit, I don't want to say cliche, but a little obvious. But I mentioned earlier, Sammy Watkins. I think Sammy Watkins is going to be one of the more important pieces in this on this team because he is a veteran. He's a veteran joining a wide receiving group that desperately needed some help from a veteran. So we're bringing him in, and we have questions about or concerns about his injury history, things like that. So one, we need him to stay healthy. Two, we need him in big games to be able to consistently get open for Lamar, find open spots in those zones when nobody else is getting open. We need him to kind of find his way when guys are when teams are double and triple teaming Mark Andrews. Sometimes we need Sammy Watkins to always just kind of be like that escape route for Lamar Jackson to throw the ball to. Exactly. The zone buster. Exactly. So I would say Sammy Watkins is definitely going to be one of the more important players because there's going to come a time, Ravens fans, Rain Gang out there, will come a time this season where we have to play from behind and we're going to have to pass the ball consistently and we're going to need to put pressure on the defense through the air. And Sammy Watkins is going to be that player. I hope that is my hope that Sammy Watkins is that player for us. So what do you think about that, though?
I like it. I was going to say Sammy, but I knew earlier in the episode when you kind of hinted at it, but he was going to be one of my original three. I mean, I think he's just nobody talks about him. And when you talk about Sammy Watkins and the Ravens, like I said, oh, he's injury prone. Oh, he was just second to Tyreek. That's why he got those numbers. It's like, yes, he is injury prone, but the fact he put up 1,000 yards in 13 games with the Bills and Greg Roman, like, why doesn't anybody talk about that? Why doesn't anybody talk about that? Without his crucial third down conversion, we're possibly talking about the San Francisco 49ers, the Super Bowl champions 2 years ago. I mean, Sammy Watkins is just as clutch as they come. He'll make the big play. And as long as, I'll go to say he is the Jimmy Smith of our offense. I would rather have him late in the season than, early because he would show up in the big games and he would just elevate everybody else.
Yeah. That 3rd and 11 where, our backs are up against the wall. They're really keying in on Mark Andrews because that's where they know Lamar likes to throw the ball to. And Sammy Watkins just finds that opening in the zone for 12 or 13 yards to move the chains. Yes, I'll take that for sure. But yeah, so that's going to be my first one, Sammy Watkins. And don't forget, guys, I see a couple of you guys already doing that. But make sure you put your three most important players. And we'll come back to them as well. And we'll go over, drop them in there. We'll come back to those. But my second player is going to be, and this one may be flying under the radar a little bit. For me, it's going to be Bradley Bozeman.
We're on the same page.
Are we?
That's one of mine, so we can both talk about this if you want.
Okay, yeah, cool. So, yeah, Bradley Bozeman, man. I mean, I'm not going to say he's new to the center position because he's not. He played it at Alabama, but this is his first time playing center with the Ravens. And, the questions that, we've had about Bradley Bozeman going into the season, or at least the questions that I have is, how consistently can he defend against interior pressure? Because like I said, Ravens fans, there will come a time where Lamar Jackson and that Ravens offense is going to have to throw the ball down the field. And that requires a clean pocket. And a clean pocket is, built off of having interior protection. We don't want Lamar having to scramble out left and right. He's going to have to sit in the pocket and make some throws. So having Bradley Bozeman there, can he get some good push at the line of scrimmage? Can he get some good pad level playing against those nose tackles? Now, that is the hope, but if he can't, I know you were saying we could probably rotate him and Tristan Colon Castillo out, which I don't think is a bad idea because we saw TCC make some plays or actually hold his own last year when he came into the game. But yeah, Bradley Bozeman would definitely be my second one of the more underrated, crucial players on our team. What do you think?
I'm going to add to that too, along with just the pass blocking, run blocking, keeping a clean pocket. Just snap the damn ball in Lamar Jackson's hands. Like, that's really, all we're asking for. And our last time, I trust the center was Matt Skura pre-ACL. I think he was his PCL too. I'm not sure what it was. I think he tore both of them against the Rams. We haven't had a consistent center since then. Makari looked good, but when he got to the game against the Titans in 2019, it looked like me out there snapping the ball. It was getting to Lamar, but he just couldn't block for anything. They were getting through. The 4th and 1, they just come right up the gut, I'm pretty sure. that wasn't a good luck. So if we can just have Bozeman just get the ball to Lamar, and hey, Roman, why not some, under center play calls? Makes it easier for both. I don't know why that's never thought of. But yeah, Bozeman is one of my 3 as well.
Definitely. And we hope we can see more plays of Lamar Jackson under center. I remember, what was it, like 2 months ago? There was a report saying that, Lamar Jackson and, he will be playing under center more often, at least more often than 6% of the time, which is what it was before.
Yeah.
So hopefully we do see that. So yeah, Bradley Bozeman was my second. Sammy Watkins was my first. Now my third is going to be none other than Tyson Williams.
Okay,
Tyson
I like
Williams.
this.
Yeah. He's going to be my third, only because we know that the Ravens are the best running team in the world. The best running football team in the world. They just are.
Not a close second.
Not a close second. But listen, we don't have J.K. Dobbins. He's out for the season. We all know that. And all of a sudden, see how I did that? Gus Edwards is RB1. Mm-hmm. And now this guy, Tyson Williams, who none of us knew before, or maybe some of us knew if, you went to BYU or something like that. I don't know.
UNC,
but, right, something like that. But Tyson Williams is now RB2 all of a sudden. And we have to kind of lean on him. We have to rely on him. And we've seen strides in him in the preseason, like him catching the ball at the backfield, just on screens, things like that. And also just showing good bursts running through, the hole, and also making cuts, getting to the outside as well. So he looks very, very promising for sure. But we know that this Ravens offense is very run heavy, and we're going to lean on him. So we need him to make plays. He was a nobody. Again, he was a nobody before
undrafted.
A couple weeks ago. Undrafted. We didn't know him. Shout out to Tyson Williams, but we just didn't know who he was. Now we're going to be relying heavily on him in this Ravens offense. And I know that probably puts a lot of pressure on him too, but I'm pretty sure he can handle it. I like what I saw from him in the preseason. So Tyson Williams, Sammy Watkins, and Bradley Bozeman are going to be my 3 more crucial players for the Ravens' success this season. Alex, I would love to hear yours.
So number 1, we should know Bradley Bozeman. Number 2 for me, I'm going to go with Mark Andrews. Okay.
Yeah.
I believe that, if Mark Andrews were to make these catches against the Chiefs, I believe we would have beat them in week 3 last? No, week 2. Week 2 or week 3? Week 3. Week 3.
Week
3. I believe we would have beaten them. There was a couple of first downs. There was a touchdown that would have been called. I don't know how he didn't catch it. But this is his make or break year. And I don't mean about saying with the Ravens. I mean about getting that bag. This is his contract year. And I know we're seeing what guys like Kowski, Kittle. You're number 3. I mean, Darren Waller has a very team-friendly contract, so you can probably get up there with, top 3, top 4 tight end money. I need those drops. I need him to just in the big games, come through.
Yeah.
Because the last time I could think about him showing up in a big, big game, maybe rookie year, second year, 2019? Because last year, what big game did he show up in? He had a great catch against the Titans. That was that one catch, but I really can't think of anything else against that. I need him. This is a tough schedule. We face contenders all around. I need him to show up. That's all I got from Mark Andrews. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah, Mark Andrews, I think you make a really good point there. This is a prove it year for him. So mentally going into this year, just like you said earlier with Broderick Washington, how he probably has it in his mental now that hey, this is kind of make or break for me. He already messed up, and now it's kind of his last chance. This isn't Mark Andrews' last chance, of course, but this is his last chance to kind of prove that he deserves the money that he wants, Yeah. So he's definitely going to have to step up and clean up those drops, especially in the big games this season. And I have every bit of confidence that he can do that. Mark Andrews, he is that dude. You listen to him in his interviews and, the press conference and stuff like that. You can tell he's maturing more mentally, and we can definitely see it on the field as well. But yeah, we'll see what Mark Andrews has to offer. But who's number 2 for you?
So I see people talking about the Browns game. He had one big catch, and it was kind of a backyard play. Like I said, I need to see more than one catch. Kels takes over games. Kittle takes over games. Gronk took over the Super Bowl last year. I need him to just take it over. So my third is going to be my favorite player on defense, the guy who was on this channel, Patrick Queen. What I've seen from him in the preseason, man, oh my goodness. I love it, love it, love it. When I think about the Buccaneers last year, they had Levante David, They had a guy, from LSU named Devin White. And the
Right.
step Devin White took from year 1 to year 2 was just absolutely nasty. For me, he solidified himself as a top 5 linebacker. And Patrick Queen this year will solidify him as a top 5 linebacker. I think his instincts, and if he makes that next step in that passing, just the pass coverage, the sky's the limit. He already can hit the holes. He can already rush the quarterback. Now the coverage and his reading out plays, and his speed can bail him out sometimes too. I think he has all the tools to be a top linebacker in this league, because when that payday hits, man, he's going to be making Fred Warner type money. I really believe it. And the linebacker for me is like the quarterback of the defense. Yeah. I think he'll also solidify next year. He'll be green dot. He's going to have such a good year. They're getting the green dot next year.
I love that take, Alex. I really do. And I think that's a fabulous point because, like, Patrick Queen, or let's just talk about linebackers in general. Like,
yes.
Well, look at the defense. Look at the defense as a whole. You have the defensive line who are, supposed to stop the run. You have the secondary who are supposed to stop the pass. But then you have the linebackers who have to do both. And
the wings defense, they do it all.
Exactly. They do it all. So Patrick Queen, he is a very, very crucial player. Not only on this defense, but to this team as well, because we know what he can do. He can force turnovers, put the ball back in the offense's hands. And that just, if you're winning the turnover battle, you're going to win most football games. So I definitely agree with you there, Patrick Queen. That is a very good 3. That's a very good 3. Who are the 3 again? Go through them again.
So Bradley Bozeman, he was probably 3rd, but you brought him up. So you want Bozeman, Handrews, and then none other than Patrick Queen, our new number 6.
Okay. I like that. We do have a super chat donation coming in from our guy Ho Dog. Big shout out to Ho Dog, man. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. He says $35 from the Ho Dog plus $34 from someone else potentially. That would equal $69 for episode 69 of the Purple Rain Podcast. Says who's gonna step up? Well, who's gonna step the hell up and make it so?
Make it rain.
Make a Ho Dog. Make it rain. Okay, I like that. Oh yeah. We're gonna start using that. Whoever, Ho Dog's making it rain tonight. Making it rain here on the Purple Rain. Made it rain
last episode too. He
did. Making it rain. We love it. He wants to see somebody else make it rain. But we appreciate all of you guys for joining the stream. Everybody who donates, we appreciate all of you guys. But yeah, man. So let's go back as promised and look at some of you guys' 3 most important players.
And keep dropping. If you have, keep dropping.
Right. Yeah. Let's see.
And it looks like your dog is trying to give his top 3 too. There we go.
He's real excited about football season. I know he was here last episode too. He's been real excited lately, and I can't blame him. I can't blame him. So let's go ahead and see which are the top 3 you guys put in here. You guys put a lot of comments. You guys are going crazy in the chat room tonight. We appreciate all of you guys for joining the live stream. Let's see. Our guy Ho Dog. Let's start out with our guy Ho Dog. Okay. So Sammy Watkins, Mark Andrews, and Gus the Bus. Yes.
Let's talk about Gus real quick. I'm cool with. He was in my top 5 if we had a 5. He would have been 4th or 5th. Yeah. I think 1,000 yards is going to happen, and I'm going to go 10 touchdowns, 10 plus, because he already would get 7-8 as a running back too.
Yeah, but I think that Gus Edwards will get us down the field, but I think Tyson Williams is going to steal a lot of the goal line work.
I don't. As long as they punch it in, I'm cool with it.
Yeah, me too. But that is, just to let you guys know, Tyson Williams will be a valuable fantasy pick. I do think so, especially in deeper leagues. So make sure you keep your eyes out for that. By the way, plan on starting the Rain Gang Fantasy League doing the draft on Monday. Okay. Monday. Yeah. It'll be Monday. I think it'll be right before the episode.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah. So I'll schedule that. Everybody who's in it, you'll get a notification for that as well. Let's see. So Sean Warner says, Watkins, Mandrews, and Houston. I like that. We're definitely going to need that pass rush to step up this season, get more sacks. Jabari Cruz Ellis says Bowser, Tyson Williams, Elliott, and MP Juice Man. Okay, I like that a lot. I like that. Elliott, this secondary is already really strong, right? But seeing improvements from Deshaun Elliott and Marcus, I don't know if we're going to get much better out of Marcus Peters. Marcus Peters is Marcus
I just
Peters,
think more pick sixes. That's all we're used to pick sixes from him.
Right. Yeah, exactly. But definitely Tyson Williams. Tyus Bowser, like we talked about before, he is one of the better outside linebackers that we have when it comes to dropping back in coverage. So he will be very important as well. Now, we do have another Super Chat donation coming in from Blue Toe Jam.
Oh,
making it rain.
Here's what Hodog did.
Oh, my
Hodog
goodness.
threw the alley-oop. Hodog threw it
up.
The oop. And Blue Toe slammed it like the iconic LeBron and Wade picture. Hodog, he already knew it. He knew it. And he just slammed it in.
Wow. Making it rain. Big shout out to Blue Toe Jam. We appreciate you so much, man, for your
Blue
donation
Toe and
just for supporting us.
Bro, if you get Blue Toe, Hodog, and Gerald in the room, we're talking about
that's dangerous.
We're talking about goats. That's the three-headed goat right there.
Yeah. Is Gerald in here tonight? Is Gerald here? I gotta know. Is Gerald here? Because
G Money, Paige and G Money, where you at?
Paige and G Money. big shout out to you, Blue Toe Jam, for your super chat donation. We appreciate you so much. All right, let's see. Ron TV says, "Are y'all making a group chat for the fantasy league?" We might do that. We might do that on Twitter or something like that. Yeah. All right, so let's see. K-Dog says, "Wow."
That's all you can say. Wow.
That's all you can say. Let's see. We have another one from Julian Avanilla. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Says 1, Ronnie Stanley, protection from the edge rushers for sure. Agree with that. 2, Patrick Queen. Yeah, quarterback of the defense for Patrick Queen. Tyus Bowser, combination of setting the edge and holding down the flats. I like these. I like how you kind of explained each one. I like that. Yeah, for sure. Ronnie Stanley's another one.
So underrated.
Ronnie Stanley, we're going to need him to stay healthy and hold down that blind side of Lamar Jackson for sure. So I definitely agree with that. So let's see. All right. Maybe do Rush. Mod Rush says Bateman, Gus, and Watkins. Now Bateman, here's a guy, right? Chris Collinsworth.
Here's
a guy who, once he gets healthy, he is, like I said earlier in the episode, he's gonna have to they're gonna have to work him into the offense. I think they're gonna probably give him a nice light workload in weeks 4 through 6. Maybe for like the first couple weeks that he's back, just to kind of get him acclimated. But then I think they're really gonna have to start picking up the volume with how much he plays, because listen, he's a first round pick. We have to get the return on investment there. You just have to. And he's a very, very special talent as well. And we would love to see what he can do within this offense. So I definitely agree with that. Rush, we appreciate you. We do have another super chat donation coming in from Andre Mears 86. Big shout out to you, man. Making it rain. Everybody making it rain tonight. We appreciate you. He says, I don't have the blue Hodog or G Money range, but I'm pulling up from the corner. Hey,
listen.
Look.
Thank you.
Anything.
You're a penny, bro. Thank you.
Anything. You guys can send anything to us.
Andre just hit the Ray Allen clutch 3. That's what he just did.
Right. In the clutch, man. We appreciate you so much for your super chat donation and just for supporting the channel as well. Sean Warner says, let's get the likes up. Yeah. Let's like the video.
And best believe when the season comes around, I'm just gonna warn you guys, the rival fans come in here talking crazy. And we have Titans fans in here, we have Bills fans in here, we're in the playoffs. They come in here crazy. So just get ready. When the season comes around, best believe that was the Black Hole Raiders. They're gonna come. And just remember, y'all were a dynasty in the 60s and 70s. Where have you been since then? Just remember that. Yeah. Get it ready.
Right. Yeah, the chat room is gonna be going crazy week to week. But yeah. Big shout out to you guys for supporting the channel. This is episode 69 of the Purple Rain podcast. Make sure you like the video. And if you're new, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well, because we will be coming out with a lot more content soon and very soon. We got a guy, Team Ramey, in the house. Says, what's up, fam? What's up, Team Ramey? How you doing? But yeah, Rush says Rodney Langford. Maybe he'll make his return. But I don't know. We don't play the Titans.
Paging Rodney. Paging.
Yeah. We don't play the Titans, so we might not see him until the playoffs. But yeah. Let's see. Do we still have Alex? Is Alex still here? He froze.
I'm here.
There we go.
All
right, cool.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Bet. So, K-Dog giving some love to the hashtag replay gang. If you're part of the hashtag replay gang, you're still listening to this point, 44 minutes in, we appreciate you. That is all love. Let us know down in the comment section below. But yeah. All right, so let's move on here. We talked about our 3 most crucial players for the Ravens. I know that you had wanted to talk about the whole Ben Mason situation with him going to New England.
We have something to get to first, apparently.
We do?
A couple of things.
We
got a couple of super chats.
We do. We do have a couple of super chats that just came through.
We do.
Wow. So we got our guy Jabari Cruz Ellis in the house. Big shout out to Jabari. There's a nice little layup for you guys. Okay, Bateman in the second half of the season. That's not even a layup, man. You guys are pulling up from long range. Yeah. Bateman in the second half of the season is going to be on fire. I cannot wait to see it, man. I can't wait to see it.
What do you think? Because I'm thinking maybe 6 or 7 touchdowns. I think if he gets that, that's some good return for missing the first couple of games in pitch count.
Absolutely. Especially also playing in a Ravens offense that is so run heavy, that does have more prevalent weapons on the offense, like Sammy Watkins, like Hollywood Brown, like Mark Andrews, more proven guys. For him to go out there and get 6 or 7 touchdowns, that would be amazing. But big shout out to you, Jabari. We appreciate you so much for your super chat donation, man. We appreciate you. We also have another super chat donation coming in from Yolanda. Big shout out to Yolanda, pulling up from D. We appreciate you. Says great stream. Thank you. We appreciate you. No, thank you. Thank you. Wow, you guys are going crazy tonight. You guys are going absolutely crazy. Another super chat donation coming in from our guy Travis Dial. It's rolling in from everywhere tonight.
It's going crazy.
Oh my gosh, y'all are really making it rain. You guys are really making it rain.
The 3-point contest is going on right now. This is what's
I know,
going
right? Says let Ben Mason explain it on his own. Hashtag Hood Harbaugh.
Good old Ben.
Oh man, I know, man. Big shout out to you, Travis. We appreciate you so much. Wow, you guys are going crazy tonight.
Yeah.
King says crazy with the chats. Yeah, going crazy with it, making it rain. Right. Making it rain. Hashtag Rain Gang. We love all you guys. We're a big family here, the Rain Gang. So if you are here and you're subscribed, you're officially part of the hashtag Rain Gang. Make sure you follow us on Instagram as well, because there's even more on there too. But yeah, you guys can hear my dog thanking you guys
going
as well.
Crazy.
He's going crazy because you guys are just making it rain tonight. It's crazy. But let's go ahead and talk about the Ben Mason thing.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get into that. What happened with Ben Mason, Alex?
So I literally was in class last night, and I have a bunch of Twitter notifications, and I'm like, what's going on? So apparently Harbs had a press conference, and they asked him are you trying to get Ben Mason on the practice squad? We released him, and Harbaugh says, go and ask him yourself, or let him explain it. And then he comes out, he signs with the Patriots. So we got a little bit of Ben Mason beef going on right now. I mean, it's very confusing. I guess maybe we offered him a practice squad invite, and maybe he's like, you know what, F you guys, I'm gonna go sign for the Patriots 53-man roster. I'm not too sure, but maybe that Ravens Patriots rivalry is heating back up again. Yeah,
or just maybe Ben Mason just wasn't it. Maybe he just wasn't doing it for the Ravens. And I don't know if it's I don't know if it was Jim Harbaugh who was on the phones with John Harbaugh during the draft. He's like, hey, this guy from Michigan, my guy, you should pick him up. He's real nice. And I guess it just didn't pan out. And Ben Mason said, like you said, screw you guys. I'm going to go sign with the Patriots. So it is what it is.
I mean, I actually have a bone to pick now with the Harbaughs. All right. Because what is the point of us drafting these people from Michigan if they aren't worth a shit for the Ravens? We can Willie Henry, Chris Wormley, Ben Bredesen, and now Ben Mason. And we're talking about best player available. What's he, a 5th-round pick?
Yeah.
You're sitting there and telling me that Ben Mason was the best, a fullback was the best player available in the 5th round when Ardarius Washington was still on the board and went undrafted, and he made the team.
Yep.
He beat out Nigel Warrior, who's been with us for a year. I just, please, I don't care what Jim says. It's the reason why Jim is no longer a head coach in the NFL. All right?
Yeah.
John, stop it. I know he's probably still I beat him in the Super Bowl. No, stop it. Stop it.
Yeah.
Please.
So the Rain Gang is telling us here that Ben Mason actually joined their practice squad as well. So I guess it's just that, Travis Dow says, Ben Mason just does not respect the Harbaughs.
And it never made sense, too, because, a lot of fullbacks do go undrafted. I look at Ricky Ortiz, who we had a couple years ago. He was never going to play on this offense with Patrick Ricard. Yeah. I just didn't get the pick. I still am so confused by that pick. It just doesn't make any sense. Please, unless, I was a big Kwity Paye guy. If it's somebody like him, yeah, but let's just stop with these late-round just busts from Michigan. Now, you can't even call him a bust. You just call him a miss at this point.
Right. Rico Nixels here says he wanted the opportunity to play this year instead of waiting to see if Project Pat Makari leaves next season. Yeah. I mean, fair enough. I mean, I get it. The guy wants to play.
I get it for him. Yeah, I get it for him.
Yeah.
It's just.
Yeah. Tandra Bowman says Ben Mason was not playing the season. He was being stores to take the Pat Ricard spot. The Patriots promised that he will see the field. Okay. I got you guys.
Yeah.
Blue Toe Jam says I think they could have traded back in the draft and gotten him later.
We could have.
Also true.
I think undrafted possibly. On the 7th or undrafted. 5th round, I'm still like, oh.
Yeah. All right. So moving on from old Benny boy. Let's see. Was there anything else that we missed? Alex?
Practice squad. The PS.
Practice squad. Yeah. So on our practice squad, I know we got Trace McSorley back.
Whoa! Oh my God, I'm going to throw a party for that one.
Come on, man. Come on. It's Trace. We love
dead.
Trace.
No, the meme's dead. Tyler. Dead? I'm more all about Tyler.
After those 5 touchdowns, it's like, hey, it's kind of hard to remember Trace.
Trace was out there. Any other team, every other 31 team could have had him. They said, nah. They picked it well. Will Greer got picked up, and he did it. Will Greer.
West Virginia kid.
Slap in the face.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man, Trace McSorley. But who else was on the practice squad? Notable guys.
I believe I can look up our practice squad. I know Josh Bynes. You know, he's going to be signed to our practice squad. I love that. I am so happy because, you know, I know it's not LJ Fort, but it's a vet linebacker who's been in our system, and he's won a damn Super Bowl.
Right.
I love it.
He's still really good. I like his play. I like his game a lot. So
I know Jake Verity is back too.
Okay.
Anthony Levine.
Kicker.
Yeah. I believe we got Benjamin Victor back. I'm pretty sure we did.
Yes, we did.
Justin Ellis, Jordan Richards, Andre Smith, Chris Smith. Chris Smith impressed me a lot during the preseason. Adrian Ely, Blake Gallagher, Jalen Moore, Tony Poljan, Johnny Townsend, and Devin Gray. I think we're keeping a kicker and punter on there just in case, you know, anybody gets the Rona or maybe gets in the protocols. But it's a very strong practice squad. I like it.
Oh, yeah, me too. Absolutely. I mean, do you think any of these guys could potentially – well, I mean, I don't know. How do you feel about CoCap being there?
I think he'll get – so what I really like about it is that the rule from last year, you can activate 2 players from the practice squad. I really like that. So he'll be called up the first 2 games, and I think we'll probably activate him. I don't know how we will, but I think we can cut somebody. If somebody isn't showing up, I think he'll eventually be on the roster.
Okay, yeah, I agree. I mean, it just doesn't feel right having CoCap not on the roster, you know.
Exactly. Right. Well, I can't say we didn't call it.
Yeah. Yep. But that is the practice squad. We'll continue to monitor that, you know, throughout the season, see what guys are brought up from the practice squad, what guys are pushed down to the practice squad, that sort of thing. But yeah, I think we've covered all the bases.
That's everything. We are
the bases, yeah.
Got first, got second, got third. We're on our way home.
All right, cool. So we're going to go ahead and kick off the home stretch here. You guys already know what time it is. It's time for the Rain Gang Q&A, questions and answers.
Thursday.
Yeah, this Thursday, you know, right before the weekend. What do you guys want to know, man? Just ask us anything.
What are you doing for Labor Day weekend? Now we'll ask you a question.
We'll kick it off like that, right? What are you doing for Labor Day weekend? But here's, you know, the question segment. If you're not familiar you're new here to the Purple Rain podcast, you can ask us literally any question that you want, whether it be about Ravens football, other sports, other topics, not even, relating to sports, anything. It could be about anything. So without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and kick off that segment there. Also, just to let you guys know, if you're listening after the fact, you can leave your comments down below in the comments section, and we'll get to those as well. All right, so let's see. Travis Dow throws it right back to us, says Labor Day plans.
For me, probably, heading back home. I might have to work on Monday, which kind of sucks. I can't lie. Not looking forward to it. Hopefully I don't have to, but what about you?
Luckily, I'm going to be off on Monday. I'm probably just going to link up with some friends, maybe do like a cookout or something like that, eat some good food. Just have a good time, honestly.
Drink a little bit, responsibly.
Drink a little bit, of course, responsibly always. Let's see. So next question is coming from Chris Reed. If y'all like comic books, it's off topic, but who is your favorite hero or villain? For me, I guess my favorite hero is probably, and I know it's going to sound cliche, but I'm going to go with Spider-Man, man. I'm going to go with Spider-Man. I used to read some of the Spider-Man comic books back in the day when I was small. But I think that Spider-Man is probably just my favorite just because like you can kind of relate to him as a kid growing up, just kind of like that. Just a kid, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, just beating up on bigger villains and things like that. I always kind of like that. So what about you?
Beating the bad guy up.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to agree with you.
Yeah. Let's see. Travis Dow follows up with a second question. Says, are y'all ready for that Drake Certified Lover Boy dropping tonight?
Is it really, though? Or is he going to pull a Kanye? Because he said in January it's coming.
This is Drake we're talking about. He's hyped it up. The whole, there's been a rollout for it. It's definitely coming out tonight for sure. But let's see. Mod Rush says, y'all think Barkley is a fantasy trap, like worth being pick top 5?
I think he's worth it.
I think it's a trap.
Hey, I didn't have top 5 in either of my leagues so far. I'm not trapped with him.
I think that Saquon Barkley, I mean, we've seen the injury history for one. Number 2, I feel like the Giants are a team who are going to have to throw themselves back into games, which is going to take Saquon Barkley out of the equation a lot of times, which is going to hurt his volume and production. So I probably wouldn't pick him in the top 5 if it were me. If he's like the best running back available at pick number 5, then maybe I'd consider it. But there's probably somebody else I'd feel more comfortable with at that spot. That's a hot take right there.
I got called some names, but I had Kels last year and he saved my rear end a couple of times.
All right, so let's see. Our guy Thea Pennell 4 says, do you think Boykin should have been cut?
I don't think he does. He didn't earn his roster spot. Didn't play. And if Victor looked a little bit better than him too. But at the end of the day, he has the experience. He can block, and it's the Ravens coaching that makes they see more. So they know. So I'm just going to trust the coaches on this one.
Yeah. Agree there. Next, we do have a super chat donation coming in from our guy, none other than King himself. It says, shout out to my guys. We appreciate y'all and all the Ravens YouTubers. Can't wait till the season starts. This year is going to be special. I already know it. Man, King, we appreciate you, man.
You know what?
So much.
Since King is so nice, Tyson Williams video is dropping tomorrow from Simply AS10. I'll just say it right now.
You heard it here first. You heard it here first, man.
I was trying to keep it on the low, but I'll say
and big shout out to King too, because he's always coming through the Purple podcast.
And for everyone.
For everyone, everyone. He's always showing up, man. So we appreciate you on behalf of us and just all the Ravens YouTube, man. Let's see. Blue Toe Jam says, let's go. # Rain Gang. Yeah, big shout out to you guys. You guys are going crazy tonight. Let's see. Let's go ahead, get into a couple more questions before we close out tonight. Let's see. Blue Toe Jam also asked simply, who's your top 3 in the CAA this year?
Not like I work for them, but Towson. I'm just gonna leave that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's the only answer I can really say.
All right. Let's see. Next question is going to be Adeep Mahmood asks, he says, Sutton, what are your thoughts on the Spider-Man No Way Home trailer? If the rumors that have been around the movie are true, this is going to be a hard story to pull off and feel convoluted. Adeep Mahmood, I really, really want to be able to answer this question in depth, but I have not watched the trailer yet. I have not seen it yet. I just have not gotten around to it, but I do plan on it. Yeah, come back on Monday, or honestly, I believe I have you on Twitter or like Instagram, one of those. So when I watch it, I'll reach out to you and I'll let you know what I think about it, man, because I think it's going to be a good movie. I haven't watched the trailer yet, but the MCU, they never disappoint. So I'll get back to you on that. All right. Let's see. Julian Avanilla says, I'm going bouldering for the first time on Saturday. Oh, that sounds fun. Yeah. Come back on next episode. Let us know how that went. Says, and my question is, what do we think the offensive game plan is week 1? Roman testing our wideouts potentially? What do you think, Alex?
Come out like we did against the Dolphins. Efficiency. I mean, we started off with a big run. Why not Tyson Williams taking the first run 30, 40 yards? He's no Mark Ingram, but why not? Then why not just carving him up? I mean, the Raiders, I think, they're not a bad team by any stretch. They're an inconsistent team, and they're a team with a quarterback who is Kirk Cousins, but in a different font, honestly. Yeah. Darren Waller scares me. John Brown, he asked for his release. But if we play our game, make them think we're running, then hit them over the top. We have Sammy Watkins now. We have a 100% healthy, fingers crossed, Marquise Hollywood Brown. And we have a Mark Andrews who literally looks like a different human, just an animal. I think it'll be the usual Greg Roman. It'll be the running. But I'm looking to see if this passing game has opened up. Because it didn't look like that in the preseason. I want different routes. I want just, something creative. I don't want to think like, oh, am I watching the same Baltimore Ravens? Like, what if is it the Chiefs? Is that Eric Bieniemy and Andy Reid calling these plays?
Right.
That's what I want to see.
I want to see them test Lamar too. I want to see Lamar make some really good throws. I want to see that early and often. I think that's important, especially to establish his confidence early on in the season, like throwing the ball like that. Definitely want to see that. But thank you so much for your question, Julian, and just for joining the stream tonight. King Ivo says, "What's up, Rain Gang? What's up, King? We appreciate you."
Can you pull up Julian's comment real quick? This one. Hot take: Sammy Watkins will have 2 touchdowns against the Raiders. I have this man on fantasy for that reason. Week 1, Sammy.
Week 1, Sammy.
I am there with you. He's on my. I'm going to start him too.
Yeah,
I have all the faith in Sammy.
Yeah, definitely have big faith in Sammy Watkins this year. That's why he was, both of ours, top 3 most important or crucial players. Yeah, for sure. 2 touchdowns against the Raiders. I think that's very, very doable. Very doable. I foresee Mark Andrews getting one though, for sure, in the end zone.
I'm with it.
Could be a 3+ touchdown day for Lamar Jackson. We'll see.
Jackson 5, Monday Night Football.
Yeah, we'll see. Let's see. Rico Nixel says, "What receiver catches Lamar's first touchdown of the season?"
Sammy Watkins.
Okay, you're going Sammy.
I'm going Sammy. First drive.
Okay, I like it. I want to say Sammy Watkins, but something in me wants to say I want to go Devin Duvernay. I want to shake things up a little bit.
That's a little I was not expecting that.
I know you weren't. I know, but I think that like this Ravens offense, they're going to show us a lot of different things. They're going to show us a lot of different looks. And when you have guys like Duvernay on the field, defenses are looking for like that jet sweep. They're not really looking for him to, he runs routes, of course, but like I just think that they're looking for something different when Duvernay is on the field. And with that being said, I think that he could definitely create some opportunities to get open. I think Duvernay is a very underrated player who we haven't gotten to see any of his potential just yet. So I think Duvernay could definitely catch that first touchdown pass. I mean, that's just me. That's a very, very hot take here. And if it happens, listen, I'm coming back and I'm getting on all of you guys who are saying Hollywood here in the chat. Hollywood, Mandrews. Sprink says Prochet. I like that one too. I want to see Prochet get the first touchdown. That would be amazing. That'd be amazing. But I think the Ravens will throw a curveball at us. Lamar will throw a curveball to
Hey, as long as it's a touchdown and we keep scoring them, I don't care. Like I said,
Absolutely.
You can throw Greg Roman's fat ass on there and throw it to him a touchdown. I'm gonna be happy.
For all I care. As long as he comes down with it, hey. Touchdown's a touchdown. But yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and leave it there tonight, guys. We appreciate each and every one of you for putting in your questions. We appreciate each and every one of you who donated tonight. So much. Like you guys went crazy tonight. Always just making it rain.
I'm trying to remember. Let's see. It was Hodog. Of course, we had Blue. We had King. We had Yolanda. We had Andre. We had Jabari.
Yep.
Did that get everybody? Oh, we had Travis. Travis came
we
through.
had Travis. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think
we had a lot.
Thank you. Thank you
guys so much, and just everybody for just watching the Purple Rain podcast, episode 69. Make sure you guys go and like the video. Make sure you like the video before you get out of here. And then also, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. One last time, if you want to find me or Alex on our socials, you can find Alex on Twitter at simplyas10prod or on Instagram at simplyas10.prod. And for me, you can find me on Twitter or Instagram just at Sutton Def. And then you can find the Purple Rain Podcast on Instagram at the Purple Rain Podcast. So yeah, that's going to do it for us tonight. Thank you guys for joining the stream. And with that being said, I'm going to let my guy Alex take us out.
Thank you for coming through to episode 69 of the Purple Rain Podcast. I believe we have 2 more episodes left until the regular season ends. I think we'll update, that Monday. I don't think we'll go live that Monday night. We'll talk about it. We'll see what you guys want. But we're getting there. We are so close to the first game of the season, the beginning of the Ravens Super Bowl season. I'm so with it.
Right.
But until then, as always, stay safe and stay positive and test negative. Remember that.
And most importantly, man, always remember, call God. We're going to catch you guys in the next one.